Hello everyone. In this episode, learn to knit an elk hat. First, weave the body of the hat. First, cut the first two coils. Okay, once the two coils are cut, so you have a line like this. Tie a knot at the base of the coil. Then the needle starts. Make a loop around this piece of wire. The thread ends are below. Then the first coil is inserted. It comes out of the coil. Thread the next coil into the first coil. Okay, so we have a braid needle. We need a total of 7 short stitches for this round. And then you have 2 coils here. So a short stitch is made. This is the order of the short needle. You can make a mark. Continue next. The thread must be in the middle of them. And that completes the second stitch. Keep going, keep going. Okay, 3 stitches here. There are 4 of them. 3 more stitches. Six. 7. It's done in 7 stitches. Pull the middle coil tight. Draw on the first pin. Come out the back. So the first loop is done. Then start weaving the second circle. The second round is to add a stitch to each eye, a total of 14 short stitches. All right, 14 stitches in all. Draw on the first pin. All right, we've added 7 stitches in this round. The third round is 1 stitch after another. Also add 7 stitches. That's one shot after another. Repeat this weaving method to complete the circle. Pull on the first pin after the third turn. Now start the fourth loop. First knit a standing stitch. The fourth lap is separated by 2+1. Pull it out when the fourth lap is over. Then with a standing needle, start weaving the fifth turn. The fifth round is every 3 stitches. Draw the fifth loop after weaving, and then from the sixth lap, it's woven backwards. Start with a braid. Then start from the first stitch without adding or subtracting, a total of 35 stitches. End of the sixth lap, then do not draw. Directly knit a standing needle. Then flip the knitting. Weave short stitches from the first stitch. It's the same weaving without adding or subtracting. Just weave it backwards like that, till the end of the 14th lap. Method of wiring. Tie the 2 threads. Finish weaving line 14. Next line 15 needs to be changed, so here we are going to cut the wire. Then change the corresponding color of the thread to weave. Tie a knot at the base of the coil. Alright, here we go. Start on the front side. Weave a braid needle. Then flip the knitting. Normal knitting. Weave a short line without adding or subtracting. End of lap 15. We still have to disconnect. Next weave row 16. Then weave 18 braids. Okay, 18 braids in total after weaving. Then continue to weave on the main body. We weave on the front. Tuck in the next thread. Need a short needle. Then finish the circle without adding or subtracting. Finish with 18米 or braids. After weaving, cut a coil. And then cut it. So the main body is woven. Then everyone knitted the ears according to the diagram. At the same time, fill the ears with cotton filler. Then continue to weave the corners according to the diagram. Leave the thread at the same time. Then weave the first through the fourth round of the big horn from the fifth lap. Let's go ahead and demonstrate. Now start weaving the fifth turn of big horn. Start with a braid. Weave 3 short stitches in sequence. End of third stitch. Then take out the little horn. Start with the first stitch in the small corner, a total of 6 stitches. The small corner of the 6th stitch ends. Then we continue to weave the big horn. 3 stitches left. Finish it in turn. Draw on the first stitch after knitting. Then weave a braid. Start the 6th circle. Weave 6 short stitches R and E. After weaving, we'll leave 3到4 coils. Then cut the coils one by one. Then thread the first stitch from front to back. Continue from front to back into the middle of the last needle. And then we are going to use the wire that we reserved, sew the hole in the middle. Then thread the excess onto the reverse side. Then fill it with cotton filler. So you don't have to fill it up too much. So last, we use red cotton when we sew. That's why we ended up with this thread. We'll just stuff it in there. Let's sew this corner first. First put the hat like this. Cornue, this short corner faces outward. Sew between the 8th and 9th circle of the main body. The interval between the two circles, there are 4 stitches between the two corners. In this way, the corners are placed 6 stitches apart. Antlered, it corresponds to this slope of our triangle. This is almost parallel to it. Okay, turn it over here when you're done. Let's sew it on this side too. Make it an extra stitch with the last stitch too. Be sure to tighten the thread during stitching. And then we do the same thing, and sew the other corner. Okay, so the two antlers are sewn. And then this ear. Sew with red cotton thread. Here we just fold it in half and sew it. Fold it in half and sew it in, just sew right next to it. The other ear, just sew it in the same way. That's how this piece was made. Thank you for watching.